Hey guys, what's going on? Viking Ned's back here with another Warhammer video. I did a live, but my Streamlabs cocked up, so I cannot for the life of me get the recording. It is just gone. But I hope you guys are well. I hope you guys have had a good week. Sorry I wasn't here for Warhammer Wednesday. I'm doing it today. Technically, it is Friday. I mean, it's Friday where I am now. I don't know about you guys. But some exciting schism has gone on in Warhammer Total War. Obviously early access. Full disclaimer, guys, I do not have early access, but we still have a lot of the information, and a lot of people who do still have it, have been playing it, and there's a lots of changes. We do have a lot of stuff to cover. So let us dive right in with some Warhammer 3 footage. We are going to start with Nergal, because he is the tankiest of the tanky boys. And that is what we are gonna go over. Go away. Go away. It's not... This isn't... Okay. So this is Nergal versus Slanesh. Let's take a look.
Death. Inevitable, inescapable, irrefutable. Where there is death, there is fear. And from that fear, the Earthfather was born. The Plague Lord, the Chaos God of disease, decay, destruction, and death by rebirth. Nergal is undoubtedly the oldest of the ruinous powers, for death and decay are as old as life itself. The garden and its continuous growth and care are chief amongst the Flylord's concerns. That prized garden, diligently nurtured and toiled, stands sullied under the presence of indolent hedonists, seeking expansion for their excessive and decadent domain. These playthings of Slaanesh have courted the ire of Kugath Plaguefather, the fetid brewmaster, the rotting poxmaker. Kugath's fascination with the breeding of fresh, virulent life has earned him high favor among Nergal's chosen. Obsessed with concocting the perfect contagion, the Plaguefather returns to the realms of chaos only rarely, but sees such visits as the opportune time to trial his newest plagues on rival demons. Nurglings spew pus and disease as they burst on the knife-edged claws of Slaanesh's demonettes, whilst plague-bearers wade their oozing masses into the riot of ecstasy and infection. At the border of the melee, the Plaguefather mulls, mixing concoctions both of material and mind. This sordid invasion feels to Kugath reminiscent of Nakari, Slaanesh's notorious keeper of secrets. Kugath has served Grandfather Nergal long enough to recognize a feint. A feint indeed. For why else would Nakari himself not be leading the charge? It is unlike the Arch-Tempter to abstain from giving and receiving the gift of pain. The young god Slaanesh has much to learn in the ways of subterfuge and could stand to study the arts employed and mastered by the great conspirator, with whom Nergal carries a mutual and enduring contempt. But what schemes could Nakari be plotting? A full-scale assault on the garden? Unlikely. The feint here would suggest an attempt on Kugath's mortal territories. So it is the material realm Nakari means to blind the Plaguefather to. A valiant effort, but Kugath sees the truth eventually. Nergal may be slow at times, but it's by design. Content with his assessment, Kugath means to end this distraction quickly, but first he must contend with Slaanesh's greater demon. This Keeper of Secrets unleashes its Lash of Slaanesh spell, felling a dozen weakened Forsaken with a single whip. The mere act of witnessing the Keeper's power fans Slaanesh's lesser demons into a blissful rapture, injecting them with vigor and enhancing their martial prowess. The affront against the garden lasts longer than Kugath had wanted. Indeed, he itches to return to the mortal realms to brew new plagues and discover Nakari's schemes. In an effort to overwhelm the Epicurean invaders, Kugath summons a tide of eager Nurglings. They swarm forth and explode on command, spreading disease and pus across the battlefield. Not satisfied with the explosion, the Plaguefather employs the Law of Nergal to summon up Lightboil. This festering, pulsing blister grows up through the ground before bursting in a shower of disgusting fluids. Slaanesh's demons wither and die beneath the strain of a dozen maladies. The garden is again secured, and Kugath can turn his attentions to the mortal realm at last. How many potential plagues already lost to Nakari's schemes, Kugath cannot say. He knows only that the Arch-Tempter will suffer every sickness known to Grandfather Nergal. The Father would expect no less.
Okay, lots to talk about in this. So, at the moment, in the early access, the early access guys have been covering obviously a lot of Warhammer Total War 3, and in that they have a lot of people have. I will just play this in the background. A lot of people have all spoken off the same hymn sheet. Now that is very, very rare in this. So what you have is the 5 Chaos Gods. So in that you have Nergal being the oldest, as just seen in the video there. Also, he is also the most unit-wise. He is the most tankiest out of the 5. If you are a defensive player, you like taking things slow, you are largely magic based, which a lot of us Warhammer players are. That is the chaos out of the Chaos Gods. That is the faction for you. Now, regards to Cinch, who is also magic based, if you are more aggressive in your play style, Cinch is the one for you. If you are more defensive, then you want to go Nergal. If you have the tactics of sort of running around, getting the tactics and things like that, then you want to be more Nergal based. But if you have more of aggressive personality, or you're more of an aggressive player, then Cinch is the one for you. Also, Cinch has a unique mechanic. All his units get a shield. Currently, it is overpowered, but it is all subject to change, so don't be surprised when we get the game, it's been nerfed or changed. Because at the moment it is like life magic was when it first came in. It was massively overpowered. You could just constantly spam it and heal all your troops up to full health, and constantly. It was ridiculous. But like everything all the early access guys have, it is subject to change. They can still dial things back and change things. Now, as it stands at the moment, the most strongest Chaos faction is Cinch so far. But if you play more defensively, then you want to play Nergal. If you are more hands-on, weapons heavy infantry, then you want these guys here, Khorne. Now, at the moment, their mechanic is a little bit broken from where I've discussed with people, and we've seen from many of the early access guys. Even Legend of Total War himself in one of his video where he covers Khorne, goes into quite good detail about how they could be cheesed, especially if you want to do this is Total War campaign where you go to war with every single faction. So if you're magic monstery based, you want Cinch and Nergal. If you're a get up, go and smash them, you want Slaanesh and Khorne. But there is a fifth, which is the the Chaos Undivided, which so happens to be more. Oh, there's somebody in chat who has just posted a random thing. That is interesting. So just be aware of that as well. If when you change things, when it is subject to change, all these things are very, very likelihood to change. So do be very, very careful in that. But again, one of the most diverse ways you will be able to play will be with the Chaos Undivided, in the way that you can have all the troops from all the factions, but you won't get them as strong as you would if, say, you go with Nergal a lot, or you get Khorne's. You won't get the full buffs that you get if you were to go and play with the that chaos, that specific Chaos faction. But You would have we've covered all these bases before. So just a very quick overhaul of the Chaos Gods. If you want to play defensively, but a bit more, you want to hold the line and hit your enemy with magic, and you have a little bit more of the nasty way of nasty tactics of spreading plagues and things, then you want Nergal. If you want a heavy hands-on, go smash and grab and fast, then Slanesh is your one. If you want the heavy infantry, lots of demons, big bad monster units, then Khorne is the one from you. If you want a let's go and see attitude, then you want the Chaos Undivided faction, which is just here. And obviously, if you want the heavy magic, very aggressive play, then Cinch is your guy. So a very quick breakdown, guys. Obviously I did do a stream covering the Chaos Undivided, but obviously lots of changes to the game coming in, so it's gonna be a very hands-on, and it is, like I say, subject to change, so don't be surprised when we get the copy that things have slightly been adapted and things, and obviously we will be diving into Warhammer 3 very soon, and I will leave you just on the subject of the diplomacy and things in the game. So at the moment we have a much better AI. It has been updated, it has changed, it does use tactics now, and obviously a lot of the games has changed, so it is a lot harder to cheese the AI now. It is not very easy to manipulate them at all, gonna be in Warhammer 3. Not to say that it is impossible. We will obviously be able to find this way, and I think the best way of doing that will be to play Chaos Undivided first, because you'll get a big feel for all the units. You'll be able to change the way you play instantly. You can equip items straight away. You don't have to wait for the turn for a turn for changing stuff. You can literally do it pre-battle, literally change stuff, go into a battle, fight it the way you want it. If you are not playing Legendary, you will be able to play your battles, which I think is absolutely fantastic, because if you're like me, you are known to make the odd mistake here and there. It is gonna be just so refreshing to be able to go, okay, I fucked up a little bit in that battle, so let's go back and let's redo it. You don't have to then save skim, you don't have to keep going back and forth. You can just literally, I'm not happy with the outcome of that battle, let's do it again. And I think that's going to be a crucial part for the players that aren't fantastic at this game. It will be a really good, it's a really good start to come into Warhammer. Unfortunately, in Total War wise, it's one of the newest, so if you've played Total War games before, you should get a feel for this, although it is completely different, having magic and monsters and things in. So I've bored you long enough, guys. I hope you guys are well. I hope you guys are enjoying all the new stuff coming to Warhammer 3. If you like this video and you found it helpful, you found it interesting, let me know in the comments down below, guys. If you want, obviously we did a video earlier, I will obviously be going into the diplomacy changes and stuff, but I feel it's better to do that when the game's launched than now. But obviously just a quick go over the 5 Lords of Chaos in the game, now being Chaos Undivided, Cinch, Khorne, Slanesh and Nergal. They are your 5 guys. So if you're playing aggressive with troops, Khorne. If you're playing aggressive magic, Cinch. If you're playing defensive magic, Nergal. If you're playing just general, you want to see how the chaos is going to work and stuff, then you want Chaos Undivided. Have a look at the video I did covering him. Hopefully you guys find it interesting, and like, comment and subscribe, guys, if you haven't already and you enjoy the content. And as always, guys, I've been Viking and Ez. You guys have been awesome. Love you all. Really appreciate the support. And as always, I will see you in